everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I am back with another speed build, and I'm actually building a family home inspired by the season of autumn, as the day I am posting this is the first day of fall or autumn here in the northern hemisphere, and I'm just really excited about it. So happy fall if you are here, and if not, I hope you will enjoy the cozy vibes of this video regardless. I really wanted to create a pretty regular looking family home that is decorated for the season and has lots of fall foliage outside. So that is exactly what I am doing. We are actually building this in the world of Windenburg on the Shrieking Llama lot, which is normally where there is a bar, but this is one of my favorite lots in Windenburg to build houses on. I just think it's a really cute one. The lighting is really nice, and it's a really small lot. It's only a 20 by 20, so it ends up being really cozy, but I was able to fit 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms in here, and I just think it's a comfy family home perfect for the season of fall. And speaking of which, before we get any further into this video, I did want to take a moment to give a massive thank you to today's sponsor. So thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. As we enter into the season of fall, I am looking forward to cooking more warm meals at home, and HelloFresh makes it easier than ever. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and they've been such a big supporter of the channel for years now, which is great because I am not the best at cooking. But they make it super easy with pre-proportioned ingredients and easy to follow recipes. And HelloFresh has more options than ever before, with over 50 dinner options and over 30 calorie smart and protein smart options. Plus free breakfast for life, a great way to kick off the new school year. And they accommodate that busy schedule, so you can customize your delivery week to week to fit your needs and enjoy seasonal menus with plenty of pumpkin spice. In this week's box, my partner and I made blackened chicken penne. It was a lovely opportunity to cook together, and it only took us about 30 minutes to make. And I think this might be my favorite recipe yet. So if you'd like to try out HelloFresh for yourself and support my channel in the process, you can use the link in my description and use code GryphiSEP10 to receive 10 free meals and free breakfast for life. 1 breakfast item per box while subscription is active. Thank you so much to HelloFresh for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. So right now I am just placing windows and some shutters and painting the roof, and for a while here I was really stuck. I was not liking the roof shape. I knew I wanted it to be essentially shaped like this, but there was something off about it, and it took me a very long time to figure out what. I had to change the proportions, and it ended up fixing it in the end, which worked out nicely because then it made the inside of the house a little bit bigger so I could fit a lot more stuff in here. So I was happy that I just kind of stared at it for a while, and actually extending the top floor out helped dramatically. This all of a sudden looks so much better, and I am just starting to play around with this side piece here. I wasn't sure what sort of roof I wanted to have on it, if I wanted to have it at all, so I play around with it quite a bit. So you'll see me just fiddling with that now. But I loved the beige siding on this house paired with these green shutters. I thought it was so pretty, and I do end up adding some flower boxes here. And I know right now we are building in the season of summer, but I will be changing it to fall at some point in this video so that we can actually decorate in the proper season and see how all of the plants are going to look as they do change from season to season in the game. This is when I decided I wanted this side of the house to sort of be a sunroom, and I grabbed these windows from the Greenhouse Haven kit. At first I had a screen on them, but I do change them to be the ones that have actual glass panels in them in the end. And I have a brick foundation here with some brick stairs. I'm not sure if I kept the brick foundation or not. I was struggling with the house for a little bit, and I played around with different options, so that may or may not stay. But I am grabbing some pumpkins now to put on the front porch. I used a combination of the ones from the Spooky Day stuff pack, as well as some of the ones that you can harvest if you have cottage living. So the taller one in the corner is actually a jack-o'-lantern that I just kind of turned around. So there is a face on it. You just can't see it from this angle. I just really liked the color and the size of it, so that's what I ended up using. You can also see we are in the fall now, and I got a really cute yellow bike out front. We got Patchy the Scarecrow and some red trees. And of course, some more pumpkins that I put down by the mailbox and some low-lying flowers as well. I'm pretty sure I only do part of the landscaping before we get inside, and then I come back and finish it a little bit later, but it's already feeling super cozy and autumnal out here, so I'm pretty pleased with it. I'm getting this fence around the property. I use some of it that's like broken down and some that's not. This is a debug fence. I believe it is from Get Together, if I can see that properly on my screen. And I grabbed a couple of these planters outside as well and a swing set because I was imagining there were kids in this house and I just thought it was so cozy, especially this one that has the little flags on the top that are yellow and orange. It was perfect for the season. And then I am just getting some more windows on the back of the house since I didn't do this yet. I tend to work on the front and then I'm like, oh wait, there's a back of the house in pretty much every build. So I'm fixing that now and just moving all of these to the back and getting these shutters so that they are the same from front to back. I imagine this house would be kind of symmetrical in that way. And if you're not familiar with those shutters, they actually came with the Horse Ranch pack. They're really nice. And those are the base game flowers that I added in the yellow swatch. I think that is so pretty. I love the pop of color there. And now we are working on the floor plan. The first thing I always do is place down the staircase to have a better idea of how I can fit rooms around it. Because if you start creating a floor plan without the staircase, you're like, oh no, where is this going to go? And a lot of times it's really hard to go back and figure that out later. Another thing I did in this build was I used a ton of these little archways here, which are from Growing Together. I think they are so warm and cozy, and I was really glad that I did that. But towards the back of the house is where we're going to have a kitchen. The room right in front of it is going to be a dining room. We have a living room off to the right side of the build. We have a sunroom here. And then this back room, I believe, is going to actually be a bathroom. I thought about having it as an office, but I really wanted to have a bathroom on the bottom floor. So I'm pretty sure that's what I ended up doing unless I figured something else out in the end. And then upstairs, here I am figuring out this floor plan. This is where the 3 bedrooms are going to be. And I wanted to make sure to include a bathroom up here as well. So you'll see that process. At first, I was thinking that this whole side of the house could be for the primary bedroom, but then I realized that was so big. We did not need that much space, which worked out nicely to include that bathroom. And here I am just placing down some flooring as well as the fireplace that I wanted to have in the living room. And I picked out this tile for the kitchen and the bathrooms from For Rent, and I just think it is so pretty. It's very kind of like older in style, vintage, retro. I'm not sure which word to use for that. I love the yellow color of it though. It just felt so autumn, and I paired it with these counters from Parenthood. I thought about using the swatch of them with the green, but something about it just wasn't feeling right, so I ended up going with the beige in here, and I was really happy that I did that. It's a little bit of an interesting shaped kitchen, but it was definitely different, and I am always really happy when I get to do something that's a little bit different in shape or style. So that is how this ended up coming out, just adding a sink here in front of the window, and then we're going to be adding a dishwasher and a stove and all of the things you would expect in the kitchen. And I loved how these curtains perfectly matched the tile on the floor. The curtains are from Cats and Dogs, and of course I had to get some more pumpkins and cutting boards, and I also grabbed a little wreath to put in the window. I love little decorations like that. I love decorating for the holidays and for the different seasons. So I'm sure there will be quite a few autumn builds on the channel over the next month or so, and then some more winter ones as we approach that season. Of course, for all of the upcoming holidays, I'm excited to do some Halloween builds next month, and I'm just really excited for this time of year. And actually, the day this is going up, as long as I actually post it on the correct day, is September 22nd, which is the first day of autumn, but it is also the last day of TwitchCon. So when this goes up, I will be in San Diego for TwitchCon, and I would love to see any of you there if you are there. Come up and say hello. Feel free to. It's always so fun meeting people. So I'm very excited about that. But right now it's also kind of daunting because I am filming this over a week ahead of time, and I'm deep into pre-recording for this trip so that I can have content going out while I am gone. And I just have so much to do. I've been going nonstop. So it's hard to imagine that when this comes out, I will be ending my trip very soon. And we'll find out, because you will have already seen it if it came out. But I don't know yet if I'm going to have to record kit overviews from my hotel room in San Diego for the new kits that should have been out a couple of days ago now. But at this point, I have no idea. Like, I know they've been announced. I saw that and I was disappointed by the date they come out, but I don't know what I'm doing about it yet. So no point in talking about that though, because you should already know. I just rambled at you over most of the decoration of this living room. I love this couch from Growing Together, and I created sort of like a custom built-in bookcase situation around the fireplace. I love the artwork over there, and then over the TV, I added a couple of frames here for you to put some family portraits in. I thought that would be nice. And then we are moving on into the dining room, where I used this table from Horse Ranch. I was going to use the matching chairs, but I'm pretty sure I swapped them out in the end for different chairs. Yeah, I ended up using these ones from Cottage Living because I liked the yellow seat on them. I thought that that looked so cute, that little cushion, and I added an extra one over in the corners. I think that's pretty realistic, as well as a globe bar over here, some plants, and I have a little hutch with a cornucopia on it. It's so cute. And then we are moving on into the sunroom. The sunroom is actually sort of like a skill building slash hangout games room. I added a scouting board in here, a couple of planters. I also have the Don't Wake the Llama table and this little like kids doll house that is made out of cardboard. So it's just a fun extra room in the house. I thought that that would be a cute way to use that space, but you could probably repurpose it as anything you'd like, maybe an office or something. So it has options, or you could reduce the windows and make it into a bedroom, or maybe if you like that many windows, you can keep it that way. But anyway, this is the downstairs bathroom. I have it as a pretty large bathroom that includes laundry in the space. So if you want to play with laundry, it is in this house. And I used the same counters and tiles that I used in the kitchen, and I got some yellow flowers, and I just think it looks so cozy in here. It definitely feels autumnal without like being in your face with pumpkins everywhere. A couple of the rooms I do put pumpkins in, but I don't do it in all of them. I just really wanted to lean into the idea of autumn with the colors. And then I just put some clutter over by the washing machines and got a hamper over by the toilet because that was really the only space for it. And then we're quickly decorating the upstairs bathroom. It's pretty similar to the one downstairs. I was just really pleased with this combination of tiles and cabinets. And I also ended up using these curtains throughout most of the build. They are from the Riviera Retreat kit. I just added a sort of like railing above them to make it look a little bit more realistic since they are all hung up by those individual metal pieces. I thought it looked more realistic to have that sort of curtain rod. So yeah, just decorating above the toilet, getting some plants in here and a mat in front of the shower, as well as some lotions and stuff, or I guess shampoos and conditioners and body washes in the shower. And then the upstairs hallway is pretty simple. I get a couple of paintings up here and a runner rug. The paintings I use are from cats and dogs. They just felt perfect and cozy. And this is going to be the primary bedroom. I was deciding between these two beds, and then I brought this one out, and that is when I changed my mind and ended up going with this one. I don't recall if I keep it to swatch or change it, but I know I played around a lot with this room trying to figure out the color scheme, but I really enjoyed using a different bed than I normally do for autumn houses. So this is actually the swatch I ended up using with the beige and the red. I think it looks so cute. I added some pumpkins on the bedside table. I have this beautiful mirror up above the bed, which I believe that one came with a recent thing. I think that's from Lovestruck. And then I just added a lamp on the bedside table, actually the same one on both sides in this yellow swatch, and just grabbing a rug as well. This room ends up being so incredibly cozy. I love the pop of yellow. It feels like intentional, but it doesn't really match anything else, which I really, really enjoyed. And then I just got some more clutter over on the other bedside table. Plenty of plants throughout the space. I like to do that. And I got a little mirror over here. And then over on the other side of the room, we have a nice chair as well as a dresser, some more plants, and some basic clutter on that dresser. I also got the basket of blankets that has a pillow in it that has a little pumpkin on it. I thought that was really cute. But this is going to be our next bedroom, which is for a kid. I have this gorgeous wallpaper from the cottage living pack that has like little bunnies and mushrooms and plants on it. And I really leaned into the idea of the sim liking that sort of thing. So we have this little bedside table with a lamp on it that has a fox. I have a adorable little alarm clock. I just had a lot of fun with this room. I think it is so cute and a little bit of a style I don't do as often, I suppose, because it feels, I guess, a little bit more traditional when it comes to the furnishing style, because that tends to be what the inside of this house looks like. So I tried to cater to that, but I also added lots of toys that are not older in style. So adding some pop-up books. I also grabbed this pillow from the little campers kit, and I am adding that up on the bed. I used Tool to arrange it the way I wanted it to be, and then I decided I didn't want it that way anyway. So just playing around with that. And I also got a little desk in here for your Sims to do their homework or write in a journal or whatever. And then I am realizing I have space at the end of the hallway to add another room. So that is going to actually end up being an office. And this room here is going to be the other bedroom. I was originally just going to have it as a really strange shaped room, but it made more sense at the end to separate it off into two different rooms. And this one actually ends up being for a teenager. I thought about adding that rug that I just threw outside, which is like a quilt from the little campers kit, but I end up actually using that in the backyard. And in here, I have a different combination of colors. I used a bed here in a swatch I don't normally use from Dream Home Decorator. It just also felt very autumnal, and I paired it with a yellow rug. Once again, colors that I don't normally use together, but I thought worked really nicely here. And then I am just cluttering up their desk that sort of acts as a bedside table. I added some artwork up on the wall. I was kind of imagining maybe they were into the arts. And I have a wardrobe in here as well as a bookcase. I put some makeup on the ground by this mirror, thinking they could sit on the floor to get ready for the day. And then, of course, adding some posters in here as well, because what teenager's bedroom doesn't have posters on the walls? I guess some people probably don't, but a lot of teenagers do that, myself included. I used to like print out band things off of my computer and like tape them to my closet. I didn't actually have any like professional posters. I would like create them on myself, which is kind of fun. But I think it's quite realistic. Anyway, we are into the office now. I have some like certificates and stuff up above the desk. We have a bookcase in here, a rug. It's a very small space, so I wasn't able to fit a lot, but I did include a parenting board. And then we are outside now in the backyard, where I ended up putting this little blanket, which I'm going to be putting a picnic basket on. And then I just get all sorts of greenery out here to really finish up the space and make it feel like it's complete. We have all sorts of landscaping, and I'm trying to think what else I put out here. I think there ends up being a barbecue and a couple of planters. It's a very small backyard, so I couldn't fit that much, but I wanted to include something, so I am just doing that now. And oh, I do end up adding the little, it's like a tree trunk that bunnies come out of. Yeah, this right here. I thought that would be a cute thing to add back here, and here are those planters I had mentioned. I believe, yeah, I just end up keeping the ones that are over by the blanket. I don't keep the one over by the bunny. And that should be pretty much it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. You can also subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. Also, a massive thank you to my YouTube members for making today's video possible. The list on screen might be a little bit outdated as I am out of town right now, but thank you to everyone who has become a member. And if you're interested in joining for yourself, there's a join button below the video, as well as a link in the description. Just adding an outdoor trash can and finishing up some landscaping and terrain paint, and that should be it. And with that, we are going to be heading on into screenshots. So thank you so very much for watching. Enjoy those, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, everyone.